VonAllen Sports.
The same story.
We expect to win every week.
I'm as upset, obviously, as I can be.
Do you have a game plan that would work against them if you do leave it here?
We couldn't do it. We didn't have an answer.
We're trying to kill teams. We're trying to blow them out if we can.
We all hate the Patriots.
There's an institutional arrogance.
Tom Brady would be a bum in short.
I hate Tom Brady.
No how. That's not good enough.
Deflated Lance Armstrong without the bicycle.
But Roger Goodell and the NFL, they give the Patriots an easy schedule every year. Now,
16 games, any one of which can be played in any one of 17 weeks and on any one of 5 networks at any one of 6 different times. So if you start doing the math in your head, it's something like 17 factorial times 6 plus 16 factorial times 5 and all the way down. You're talking about 300 million ways.
Who put it all together? Jesus? No, he didn't put it.
Making the NFL schedule is insanely complex. And as a guy who has ran a fantasy football league for a decade as if I was running the NFL, making a schedule isn't easy. Just with 12 fantasy teams where I don't even have to worry about traveling, but I want to create a balanced schedule with rivalries, it takes some work. But for the real NFL, several things come into play. The first thing is that the NFL schedule, as far as which team you play, is predetermined already. All except 2 games per year. So you give me a year, say 2031, and I can tell you 14 out of the 16 opponents the Patriots will play, because the NFL schedule is on a rotation. No conspiracy. With the Patriots as our example, each year they play 6 against their own division, they play 4 against a designated AFC division, and then they play 4 against a designated NFC division. Now that accounts for 14 games, leaving only 2. So, unless you believe those final 2 games are rigged in the Patriots' favor, you might be missing some brain cells or just really, really salty. But unfortunately, you can't even cling to that hopeless, pathetic notion that 2 games each year are rigged, because they are predetermined as well. They follow a rule. Except, they don't know who the team will be until after the season for the next season. And this now takes us to the part about why the Patriots don't have it as easy as you think. Remember every year Tom Brady and Peyton Manning would play each other, despite the fact that they only play each other's division once every 3 years? Well, that's where these 2 extra games come into play. So let's use the famous Patriots season of 2007 as our example. Based on the rotation that year, they're supposed to play the AFC North and the NFC East. But Peyton played for the Colts and is in the AFC South. So how was it that they played each other that year anyway? Because the 2 remaining games match you with your counterpart. Your opponent will mirror your achievement in the previous year. So, in 2006, the division winners were the Patriots, Colts, Chargers, and Ravens. Well, now we know who the Patriots will play in 2007 already. They're already playing the AFC North, which takes care of the Ravens. This means that every year, the Patriots' 2 extra games are always the best teams of each division the AFC had to offer the previous year. So any free ride that they may have got in their division, which we determined were actually 4.5 games, now we have 2 games cutting into that because the competition is at its best. And all the while, the lesser teams get the privilege of playing their lesser counterparts as well. The simple fact that the Patriots defy a schedule that is designed for balance and fairness should be commended, not indicted. Things can go either way for anyone, but the consistency at which the Patriots win under any condition is remarkable. How can you not respect this?
I respect it, but I ain't gotta like it.
Let's move into the area of playoff seeding. The Patriots earn a bye a lot, either the number 1 or number 2 seed. Now, by virtue of the bye, they get their first playoff game at home. So already they have an edge that they earned by taking out their competition from various places in the NFL. You don't get a first-round bye from fattening up on your own division. When you play your first game in the divisional round, which is the second round of the playoffs, you have a team coming in who just won a playoff game. They're coming into your house hungry and motivated. So now the competition is at its highest point in the season so far. If the Patriots win that, they are in the AFC Championship game. Now, it's really serious, depending on if they're 1 or 2 or their opponent could be home or away. If the team they're facing also had a bye, then the amount of games played is equalized. And if you win that, you get to the Super Bowl, but you are playing a team you're really not familiar with. So the amount of edge you can get from familiarity has been taken from you. You're going to have to win this game with just pure will, determination, and smarts. Your team is just going to have to be better. There's no home field advantage, it's a neutral site. No more excuses, no more edges to gain. Brady's Patriots have won this game 6 times and played in it 9 times. All 3 of their losses came down to final plays, never blown out. There is nothing about this that is easy. The fact that anyone would suggest any NFL game is easy is absurd. These are elite athletes. There's no such thing as an easy win because it's all about matchups. Long day, okay? Take the 0-16 Browns. People were saying that Alabama could have beaten the Browns. And yes, they were serious.
The worst thing I've ever seen was us getting beat 34-0. A simulation video game. Alabama's a great program. They got amazing players. They got players that are going to play in the NFL. We got a team full of NFL guys, you know, and it's just comparing college team versus NFL team is disrespectful.
It's absolutely absurd on epic stupidity levels, I know, but hear me out. If those 0-16 Browns played the best college team, it would be an absolute shellacking. Yes, I said shellacking. A homicide, a beatdown of epic proportions. We're talking potentially something like 60-3. It's that major of a difference. Now remember, even the best college team only has very few guys who will make it to the NFL, and fewer still who will have an average length career. The rest will all be working day jobs after they graduate. However, the Cleveland Browns, every single position on the team were guys who were not only the best of a good college team, but they were the best the entire United States had to offer from the collegiate level. Every player is a professional. Even the third stringer who doesn't get playing time, he was clearly a great player in order to get drafted or signed. So, to my point, a win in the NFL is not a joke. The difference between these teams are thin at the kickoff. You ever heard that phrase, any given Sunday? Well, it's not any given Saturday, and there's a reason for that. In college, you can stack a team, and that's why it's the same teams winning every year by ridiculous scores. But in the NFL teams, the worst team in the league can go into the home of the Super Bowl champions and take them out that day. I don't believe in the concept of easy wins. Not for Tom, not for Peyton, Æron, Drew, none of them. Let's pretend that the 0-16 Browns team played the Patriots in their last game of the season, and the Pats needed this victory to make the playoffs. Now, at this time, the Browns have been ridiculed and laughed at. But in this game, it's a nail-biter. It takes Tom Brady a last-minute heroic drive to take out the Browns. Now, the record books will say the Browns are 0-16, and you will forever believe they are garbage and would lose to a college team or something stupid. However, what if they had defeated the Patriots that day? They were extremely close in this scenario. That would have made them a 1-15 team with a huge victory over the Patriots and even stopped them from getting into the playoffs. Now, you can't really say they would lose to a college team anymore, could you? And that's the point. Perception is everything. It's not as much the record of these teams as it is the quality of the games that are played. Many times after leaving the field, you couldn't tell who won or lost without the scoreboard because the effort and the struggle was the same. Let's look at the draft. Due to that so-called easy schedule, a team that makes it far is going to pay for it the next year in the draft as well. And the Patriots always do. For every easy win the Patriots get, that's a position in the draft that just got a little worse. And for every loss the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins take, it's just another pick getting more valuable. And because the Patriots are consistently winning their division, and going to the playoffs, and going far in the playoffs, they are constantly picking as one of the last teams in the draft. They don't get to pick top 20 picks. Most years they don't even get top 25. And I'm not even counting the ones unjustly taken from them every time an NFL owner wants to throw a fit.
Wait a minute, just wait a second.
Tom has played in 13 AFC championship games. That guarantees his team will pick no better than 29. Tom has played in the Super Bowl 9 times. That guarantees his team will pick no better than 31st. Tom has won the Super Bowl 6 times. That means his team had to pick dead last at 32, 6 times. So basically a de facto second rounder, let's be honest. Like I said, everything in the NFL is built to stop dynasties from forming. They don't want one team dominating for too long. And of course the salary cap plays another part in this, but no team, no matter how small their market is or how bad their team was, if their owner is willing to spend up to the cap, they can compete with the best teams if they're smart about spending it. At least in the NFL, you can't buy championships. Exhibit A, Washington Redskins. God bless them, they spend a lot of money. Their owner is not shy about spending it. He's trying to get a winner. They just aren't real wise with the money. But that's a different conversation. Tom plays in one of only 3 divisions that doesn't have a team who plays indoors. And funnily enough, those 3 divisions are all in the AFC. The NFC doesn't have even one division that is completely free of a team who has access to an indoor facility. The AFC only has 2 teams who can play indoors. The NFC has 6, but for a while it was 7 before the Rams returned to LA. The AFC North, they have it the worst. The second half of the season is not a sunny picnic for any of them. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, all are dreadful towns to be in at that time. The AFC East, they have it the next worst. Buffalo, New England, and New York all can offer downright horrible conditions. Only Miami is the bright spot. However, as a strange side note, New England has trouble down there when it's hot. Anyway, the AFC West is 3rd. Chargers and Raiders, they provide pretty good conditions, while Denver and Kansas City can be misery incarnate. The AFC South is actually a blessing. Oh. If you're Andrew Luck, guess what? You get 3 of them in your own dome. You get 1 in the Houston Texans dome, and you get 1 outdoors in Jacksonville, Florida, and then you get 1 in Nashville. And Nashville can have its moments for weather, but think about this. Of 6 division games, 5 of them are in great conditions. That's awesome, man. So both Andrew Luck and Peyton got to enjoy this for a very long time. If you're a quarterback who has spent a long time in the AFC South, I would be really happy about this. That's it for this episode of the Brady Hate Saga, and as always, I greatly appreciate you subscribing. But also, if you would like to support the channel in other ways as well, we're currently trying to raise some money to build a really nice website where you can see all of my research, more in-depth stats. The website will also offer some new show ideas that we have developing, and also insight on if your team is going to win that week or not. And also, an opportunity to get me to make a video just like this one, to defend your favorite player or your favorite team in general. Want to silence those haters, or simply just want some positive content out there for your team that you love so much? I put a massive amount of research and effort into my videos. I can promise you it will be a slam dunk. Whatever it is, let's try to make it happen. Thank you so much.
I love you guys. I love you guys. Love you, baby.
That was outstanding on so many levels. Look at that torque.
VonAllen Sports.